Hey, what's up, metal and heavy music fans? It's Flight of Icarus again with MetalTrenches.com, and it's that time again for me to check out your latest requests and recommendations for metal albums on Bandcamp. And hey, if you'd like to be kept up to date with the best and brightest metal bands and albums from the underground and above, then stick with me by hitting that subscribe button down below. Alright, let's get right into it. We're going to start with Voluptas with Towards the Great White Nothing. Black metal out of Czech Republic. Prog-based experimental black metal band influenced by the Norwegian avant-garde of the 1990s and other eccentric rock genres. So this nice second wave, dark, cold black metal. Perfect cover for that too, definitely reflective of the era that they're influenced by. Nice kind of rough production, but good enough that you can kind of hear everything too. Yeah, those are just classic riffs. Like, this is genuinely something that sounds like it could have come straight out of the 90s. Check out another song here. Yeah, this is just a 5-song EP. Let's see what the exchange rate is here. Okay, so we're talking less than $4 to pick this thing up too, so another selling point there. Yeah, if you're just in the mood for something like Mayhem, Burzum, Old Enslaved, Dark Throne. Reminds me a little bit of like Corpus Christi too. Kind of, I mean, just the usual stuff, but done quite well. Like, I'm impressed with just how well they've managed to sort of capture the essence of the albums and bands of that era. So yeah, it seems pretty consistent too. Like, all of these sound like they've got something to offer, and definitely recommend checking them out. And it seems I've got a few supporters right now too, which is great. So yeah, check out Voluptas with Towards the Great White Nothing. Alright, we're going to move on to Sunyata with The Great Beyond. So, symphony must be like the world, it must contain everything. So, 4-song album here. I've only got 2 songs right now, but by the time this episode's air, all 4 should be listenable. But yeah, very just expansive, kind of progressive, lots of ambience. I really love this album cover. It's quite... it's like the polar opposite of the last cover, quite beautiful as opposed to bleak. Okay, yeah, and then you got these long builds with the ambience and everything into kind of more traditional parts. Got it ranked as doom metal, ambient, electronic film score, doom, funeral doom. Yeah, it's quite pretty. And y'all know, again, if you're followers of the series, not a huge Doom fan, but I like when, you know, there's a nice twist on it. And this seems interesting. Like, this stands out from a lot of the other Doom requests I've gotten in the past, and just how fully it leans into the atmospheric elements. And I like how the vocals are so, like, woven into sort of the fabric of... I'm even questioning if there are actually vocals or if I'm just imagining it, but I swear I'm hearing, like, wispy, particularly female vocals, like, in the background with effects laid over them, lots of reverb to kind of make them more a part of the instrumentation. Comment your comment in the comments. Let me know, am I crazy? Is this just instrumental, or are... Yeah, those are voices. Those are voices, right? But just the fact that I have to question that so much is impressive to me. Okay, here we go. We got some, like, harsher moments here a little bit, getting a little bit heavier. And all the, like, brass and stuff going on here. Very cool. Yeah, I'm impressed with this. And again, not necessarily something that I would sit and listen to on a regular basis. But thank you for reaching out and sharing this with me. And I hope those of you out there who do particularly love Doom and post-metal and ambient and all that, these more kind of expansive, atmospheric tracks, this seems like it should be right up your alley. So, again, let me know in the comments if you really love this stuff and if you ended up picking it up. But that's Sunyata with The Great Beyond. Alright, so we're going to throw in a little single here and kind of throw you something a little bit faster and heavier too. This is Feast on the Fallen with Wastemoreland. Just straight up aggressive death metal, a little bit of beatdown out of Pittsburgh. Yeah, just straight up aggressive, to the point, no effing around. Like the aggression. Could use a little bit more personality, I would say, to help it stand out. Because right now, like, yeah, I'm banging my head and it's heavy, and I think foundationally all the elements are there. But, like, there's not that, like, little it factor that lets me know, like, what is special about Feast on the Fallen. Reminds me a little bit of a, like, God Forbid for some reason. Maybe the vocals. Nice little solo here. Yeah, a little bit of Hatebreed in there too, almost. So yeah, this is Feast on the Fallen. It's just a single right now, but they've got some other material you can check out. Ooh, we got some like brutal vocals in there too. Good stuff. Again, I think a little bit more personality will take you further, but I like in terms of the heaviness what I'm hearing. Alright, then we've got Ardduc with Othila, and this is described as tough pagan music for tough fucking pagans. Hexaga bra. Yeah, so like kind of folk metal-y. Love the instrumentation here with this like, is that bagpipes, potentially even. Nice little folky riffs. I'm not 100% on these vocals. I feel like the vocals could use a little bit of work. They're just a little bit like gruff, a little bit one note too. Use a little bit more, but I like the guitars. I'm gonna fill out the production a little bit more too. And check out some other tracks here. Got ancient ones. Got a little doomier riff there. Okay, and then we got the marching battle-like riff. Very monomarth-like. Yeah, little work on the production and the vocals, I think, is my main critique with this one. Reminds me a little bit with the rawer side of, listening to some of Nocturnal Mortem's earlier albums. It's got that kind of rough around the edges quality. Oh, I like that riff. Yeah, I think particularly the guitars are really cool here. And the drums, like, I like how they're played, but again, like, getting them to sound a little bit fuller. Cymbals are a bit too loud. There are great solos in here too. I'm wondering if they have more, like, folk instrumentation on here. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I like this part. Yeah, lots of cool elements here that I think will serve them well. But just some things that can also be stepped up. Lots of great solos, too. Keep your guitar player. Just work on that production and see if you can add a little bit more variety to the vocals. This is pretty. Yeah, nice little kind of interlude section here with the hand drums, acoustic. And yeah, I like the bagpipes, if I am correct in thinking that's what it is. So yeah, this is Ardduc with Othila. Alright, then we've got Entität with Schwarzmassa. It's an EP out of South Carolina. I wasn't expecting to read that. I read that band name and the title and assumed that, okay, this is clearly like German or at least somewhere in like Eastern Europe. Nope, South Carolina. You got me. This little classic black metal cover. Just again, kind of classic kind of sounding black metal. That early second wave sound. A little bit of doomy vibes in it too. Said melodic black metal in the tags as well. So you hear a little bit of that like dissection influence maybe. Vocals are very raspy. I like that. Another one where I'd say a little bit more personality here would do you well. And keep the production rough, but I do think there's a little bit more balancing that would be helpful here. Check out some other ones. Here we go. I like this riff. I'm a sucker for those like hammer-on pull-off riffs. This driving guitar. Intro's a little long here. I'll say if your intro is like over 30 seconds or so, it's probably a little bit too long, unless you're going full prog. Yeah, tighten up the songwriting a little bit, but again, I'm hearing a lot of good foundational elements. Oh, we got a Rotting Christ cover here too. Visions of Blind Order. I like that synth, that kind of choral synth in the background. That's cool. Name Your Price, too, if you want to check them out. Yeah, I think solid black metal roots here. I like the overall approach, but yeah, more kind of criticisms, constructive criticisms that I think will step you up to the next level. But that's Entität with Schwarzmassa. Alright, last but not least, we're going to do False Gods with no Symmetry, only Disillusion. It's a New York band. Very sludge-oriented, doom too, but you hear it in those guitars. They even have like doomcore, sludgecore in the tags as well. Godflesh is in the tags. I like a nice heavy groove here. Ooh, I like that little doomy. I like the guitars a lot. And the vocals are strong too. Got a little bit one note, but it's got that classic sludge vibe, the hardcore tinge to it. Say sludge and doom mixed with melodic noise and downtrodden hardcore. Check out some other stuff here. Stay Frosty. Yeah, when I'm in the right mood, I do love me some sludge. And they've got the guitar tone and the production kind of just right on this one. So, yeah, I tend to stick towards faster music, but there are certain sludge bands that I absolutely love. Yeah, just like the intensity, and there seems to be some dynamics too, with some ups and downs, which is definitely important on a sludge record. Here we go, you got the faster parts. So blast beat there, and slowing down again. Get a little bit more kind of sing-screamy stuff there. Ooh. Yeah, it looks like they got some pretty powerful highs, and then dropping down into the lows again. I like this, yeah. This may be the pick of the litter today. You kind of never know who it's going to be. Got a slower track here. Yeah, I'm digging it. False Gods. Good stuff. It's been a little while since I think I did a full review of a sludge record. And it's nice to hear some good stuff, especially from the underground. So again, this is False Gods with no Symmetry, only Disillusion. Alright y'all, I think that's plenty for today, but as always, let me know down in the comments what was your favorite, who should I maybe check out in a future episode, and especially if you ended up buying any of these, I love to know that. It makes me just warm inside my heart to know that you came to my video, and as a result of this recommendation, you went out and spent money on the band who absolutely deserve it. But also, just stick around. I got plenty more videos coming right after this one. I will link the playlist for this series in the comments, but I've also got full album reviews, tier lists, interviews with bands on the podcast, you name it. Plenty of reasons to stick around again and subscribe if you have not already. Also in the description, you can find links to our social media where you can follow us, the email newsletter I send out every Friday, metaltrenches.com for even more reviews and content, and our Patreon and Subscribestar. If you want to take that extra jump to becoming a supporter, just $1 a month gets you early access to content and helps me keep this train a-rolling. But that'll do it for now. Flight of Icarus signing off. I will see you in the trenches.